Coach Gary Stefaniak. Like the previous three coaches you have just heard about this evening, many schools are very fortunate to have our Hall of Fame coaches stay at the schools where they began coaching. Coach Stefaniak, Essexville Garber, 35 years, 5 as a head coach, and 30 as an assistant. Freshman coach 2 years, junior varsity 23 years, and varsity assistant 5 years. Conference championships as both freshman and junior varsity coach, and 3 undefeated seasons as the freshman coach. Was awarded the Carl Newenham Service Award by the Tri-Valley Conference in 2016, and inducted to the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame also in 2016. Coach Stefaniak retired from coaching in 2013. Coach Stefaniak's most humorous incident in coaching. Whenever a back would score, we would stress that it was because of his team's line blocking. In a one-sided game, we let a lineman run the ball, and he scored. When he came back to the sideline, he looked at me and said, "Coach, that's a lot more fun than blocking." Coach Stefaniak's biggest thrills in coaching. Great comeback victories, conference championships, and undefeated seasons are very special. But I get lumps in my throat being invited to a player's graduation, shaking my hand, saying thanks, and asking to take a picture with me. These have been truly special moments. His comments on why coach. I have wanted to be a coach since I was very young, having great role models such as Clark Brady, Bob Jamrod, Jeff Beisel, Ray Dombrowski, and Ed Harvey, a 1990 Hall of Fame inductee, has taught me that football can help players grow into fine young men. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of the Hall of Fame, Coach Gary Stefaniak.
Like the other teachers up here, I can guarantee it's a lot easier teaching 8th graders about the Pythagorean theorem than it is to stand up here. First of all, I'd like to thank the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association, Board of Directors, other voting members for this tremendous honor, and I'd like to congratulate all of the other inductees. For many years, I've enjoyed being a member of the Michigan High School Football Coaches Association and attending their clinics in many places, such as Battle Creek and many other locations. But I enjoy my time walking the beach in Siesta Key and being with my wife there when the clinic is usually going on at this time. I'd also like to thank my family, my wife Jan, my children, Susie, Lori, Mark, and Debbie, their spouses, and they made us fortunate enough to have our 8 grandchildren, for all their support, happiness they've given me over the many years I've been able to coach at Essexville Garber. My wife and children are here tonight, and I would just like them to stand and be recognized at this time. As many of you know, it's a special feeling when you get to coach your own son. Growing up when and where I did, I was fortunate enough to have a place like Hewitt Park to watch and participate in many sports. While playing there, it instilled in me a love for athletics, especially football and baseball. It was there that I came to know my first role models in athletics, particularly in coaching. As Jack said, Clark Brady among the most important. They taught me how to make players work hard, but also how they needed to be treated with respect and dignity, but mostly to have fun. As I moved on to 7th and 8th grade, I was also fortunate enough to play on teams that they coached. As many of you know, after college, I was in high school at Bay City All Saints, and Essexville Garber was, for lack of a better word to call it, the enemy. But that all changed in 1978 I was fortunate enough to get an interview and be awarded the position of junior varsity baseball coach at Garber High School by then athletic director, and many athletic directors in here know him, Joe Today, who was also an excellent AD, but he was also my mentor and has become a great friend. As I said, many of you know Joe. He's out right now, and I don't understand this, but he goes to Colorado for his winter home. He likes apparently doing the snow thing. But I would like to thank Joe for being my mentor, a confidant, and for his many years of support, not just for me, but for Garber Athletics. Later that summer, 1978, good friend, and at that time head football coach and Coaches Association Hall of Famer Ed Harvey, stopped by my house and asked me if I would like to coach some football. That began my 40 years of love for Garber Athletics, in particular for football and baseball. I'd also like to thank our current AD and former head coach Dave Schwartz for all he's done for Garber Athletics and giving me the opportunity to continue to coach football and his staff after he became head coach. There have been many great football coaches and current friends that I've had the pleasure to coach at Garber that I'd like to acknowledge. Among them are Tom Trombley, Mike O'Neill, Scott Peterson, Tim Rivard, Mike Reed, Zach Zeilinger, Paul Sandsburn, as well as current Garber head coach Jake Lepore and his entire staff, and many, many others. Well, excuse me, the most important part of what I've been able to do for all these years have been the players that have been a part of Garber Athletics. I've been extremely fortunate to be able to coach some amazing athletes, but more importantly, some exceptional people. They have become a part of the backbone of our society, and I am very proud to say that I coached and I know them. Finally, I'd like to say that the great game of high school football teaches far more than X's and O's, blocking and tackling. It teaches athletes the lessons, life lessons that can be used throughout their entire lifetime. I hope I've helped in some small way to instill these ideals into the athletes I've been fortunate enough to coach. As my great friend, fellow coach, Scott Peterson has said almost every night since I've known him, there's nothing like football on Friday nights. Thank you.